So why did I wait 52 years to start something? And what does my garage have to do with it? How many of you had an idea, maybe a thought, that you really wanted to do something, both maybe for a business as well as just your own personal nature, but yet days pass, time pass, and that thought is quickly shelved? Many times you look back and think, what if? Well, I'm here to tell you, let's take this together and let's do the why not. So my name is David. I've been a long-time procrastinator in the world of activities and more so in business. That's what I really wanted to focus on, an idea that we could turn into a business. And I've had several. I've actually dabbled in a few. I've tried a painting business that was actually kind of off the ground and running. I did several projects. Was working in between jobs. I've always been a W-2 employee. I've been working now well over 25 years in various development areas, sales, and more recently in operational areas. But I've never really made that full commitment to completing anything. I had also tried a brief minute, like it was before a food truck, but had sold some concessions or bratwurst at a couple softball games. Thought that would always be interesting, but there were so many reasons in the why not to. It's too hard, too costly, don't have the time, and just never really committed to it. Other areas I thought about doing, businesses, selling stuff online or creating other products. But again, the barriers and the excuses piled up quicker than anyone could imagine. And I don't know about you, but I find myself doing that not only just in those aspects, but even in daily life. So today, what I wanted to do is start the process. Together, you're going to watch me finally get rid of the excuses and do something on my own. We're going to unravel the process of Rival Golf. It is a portable and mobile golf simulator that's going to be brought to businesses, events, and even people's home. I'm going to show you in all the painful details, as this video may allude. I'm not the polished version that you see on the internet. I'm not the flashy graphic marketer. Get rich, do this, look at me 1 month later. Here I am, driving cars and buying, expensive things because I took a little known idea and turned it into multi-million-dollar business. No, I mean, I've searched those. I've watched those. I've watched countless hours of videos like that. And as much as I'm encouraged, I'm also frustrated because I just don't think that that's that reality. Or if it is, I don't have the reality that can fit into that there's no way I could take this and grow as quickly. So I have to admit, first moment of truth. This is now in December. I did really launch the program or start the dabbling in early October. So we're not right at the forefront, but I hope you hang with me. Hopefully you'll watch how these videos do evolve. I certainly hope to work on my ability to get a nice, more pleasing aspect. But you know what? I'm going to be real. I'm going to be raw. And this is how it's going to go. We're going to go into details about the just the ideas, really navigating the ideas you have, how to vet those ideas out, how to also protect yourself. There's a level of protection. People always want to tell you and give you advice, follow your passion, follow your dreams. But let's get to the hard reality. Those dreams also have to have some monetary connection. I had a employee or employer once tell me, because I work now with a group where we help people with mobility issues, that one of the biggest things everyone wants to give. But you know what? Even the best laid missions, if there's no money, there's no mission. Meaning every altruistic aspect that you do, you have to have a financial component with that. So we're going to teach you how to be a little bit mindful, at least from my perspective, of how I analyzed the situation, articulated, and pivoted. You're going to get used to that term. I am probably more of a rush to action and then fix the pieces as they go, as versus just strategic planning and planning and planning and planning and no action. I'm the fire, aim, let's shoot. So I want to force you into maybe learning from my mistakes, maybe modifying that for your own needs. And again, this doesn't have to be some monumental business idea. Maybe it's just a true side thing like I'm working on. And who knows? Because part of the reason I'm doing this is personal. Some is the development of my skills. I've also in my career, I have a bachelor's, but I never really went on any further. I see positions and you always get enamored by titles, a lot of letters behind people's names, and feel that I'm a little bit inadequate when it comes to that. Yet I feel I have some unique offerings over 20 some years experience in various levels, the creativity, the innovation, and I've tried going back to an MBA program just for to satisfy that need and itch, but I was doing it for the wrong reasons. And guess what? It didn't last. I ended up being another college dropout, I think twice now actually on that avenue. But I didn't want to let that deter me. Again, pivot and move on and really say, you know what? I don't need a formal education to do this. I'm going to learn it on my own. And I'm going to teach you, bring you along with me. You're going to watch and probably amaze and laugh. But you know what? That's the other thing you have to get over is the fear, fear of what people think of you, what they say of you, and have confidence in yourself. A little fact that I've taken with me is, in fact, carry a little band on your wrist. And every time you encounter an area where you feel that fear is keeping you from doing something, snap that band and say, what would I do if fear wasn't a factor? Meaning, what would I choose to do or want to do? Would I make that next phone call? Would I develop that web page or that email? Would I, on and on and on? And you're going to find the number one fundamental thing is that your mind and fear or the worry or possible criticism is what keeps you from doing things. So I want to teach you a little bit about just peeling that apart, doing what you fundamentally feel, and just sticking by it. At the end of the day, you know what? We're all going to live. We're going to get through this, but more importantly, we're going to have some fun. So, with that, stay tuned. There will hopefully be some more episodes coming up as I figure this all out. We're going to go through some of the things about taking that idea, what is it, vetting it out, looking at how to start turning that into reality. It's always easy for people to say, oh, make a business out of it, do a business. Well, structurally, what do you do? How do you register a business? Opening up a checking account, doing fundamental things with registering with your state, should you be an LLC, a sole proprietorship? What about registering that with your getting an employee identification number from the federal EIN number? All those avenues we're going to look at and explore. And then we're going to start really getting into some of the other nuts and bolts. We're going to hopefully tie in some of the business aspects with it. But also with that, there's some key elemental parts, social media. Here we go. I'm right in it, knowing that that's a vital part and you have to lean into it. The Facebook and Instagram ads and on and on and on, developing businesses, business platforms, your business structure, your marketing plan. These are all things that aren't maybe as sexy as the idea of doing it, but they're really part of the day-to-day part of doing it. So with that, stay tuned. There'll definitely be more to come, and I hope you enjoy the journey because so far I have a lot of things, even in the short 2 months, to catch you up on. I'm really excited what 2026 is going to do, but remember, we're going to do one thing, and we're going to take action. Action is where it happens. Otherwise, it's just a thought, and we want to turn that thought into reality. So with that, until next time.